Let's talk about 3 prospects that you should be fading in your upcoming 2026 fantasy baseball drafts. Kicking us off is Tatsuya Imai, the newest starting pitcher for the Houston Astros. I worry a lot about the command over his time pitching in Japan. We would routinely see walk rates into double digits, sometimes as high as 15, 16%. Now, he did seem to figure that out over the last couple of seasons, but I worry a little bit about how that adjustment will look in year one. A lot of the various projection systems seem to think that he will be in the 9 to 11% range in terms of his walk rate, and they're also projecting a mid-4s ERA and a whip that's pushing 1.4 as well. He could definitely end up exceeding those numbers, but the price is rising to a point where I don't want to pay to find out. His ADP over the last couple of weeks is in the 150 range, and there are still so many quote-unquote sure things that you can pick up in that range. I don't really want to take a chance on a pitcher in his first year adjusting to major league hitting, so I think I will be a fade on Tatsuya Imai in all of my 2026 fantasy baseball drafts. Another Japanese import that I am fading in 2026 is Munetaka Murakami. The raw power is unbelievable. He has a 56 home run season in 2022, but there are also some serious flaws in his game, particularly when it comes to swing and miss. He struck out 29% of the time in Japan last year, and there are various projection systems that seem to think he will run as high as a 37% strikeout rate in 2026. Some of the batting average numbers are also pretty scary. The highest projected batting average is 231, and the low number is at 206. You also have to factor in that he'll be in the Chicago White Sox lineup, and as we've seen over the last couple of years, there isn't too much goodness to go around over there. Is he going to drive in 100 runs? Is he going to score 100 runs? I think both of those are pretty unlikely. As his cost continues to rise, Munetaka Murakami is another player that I am avoiding in my drafts. And finally, Samuel Basallo of the Baltimore Orioles. Another guy that I think will eventually have a very good career, but I just don't know if the time is quite right yet. We have seen the Orioles slow-playing prospects for the last several seasons. Just because we think a player is ready does not mean that they are going to be graduated to the big leagues. Samuel Basallo did play 31 games in the majors last year, but he hit 165. He had a 229 on base rate, a 55 WRC+. He was not great, to say the least. They have Adley Rutschman, who I think is going to have a big bounce-back season, and he should serve as the everyday catcher, with Basallo filling in here and there and serving as a DH. He's currently projected to be on the strong side of a platoon in the DH spot, batting 9th for the Orioles, and I don't think there's enough juice to squeeze there, especially as a top 170 pick and rising. Samuel Basallo feels like a guy who could be back in the minors and end up as a wasted draft pick before long.